Hey sis, how's it going? Grandpa's funeral's over now, right? It was yesterday, right?
Are you seriously asking me this? Why didn't you come, Daisy? Mom and the others were all waiting for you.
'Cause funerals are a drag. Be real. Who'd want to waste their precious time and money to stand around looking all miserable and depressed for someone who's not even around to appreciate it anymore? Not only that, but I would have had to go all the way back to Grandma and Grandpa's house in the middle of nowhere. Besides, I didn't even like Grandpa.
Excuse me? So that's why you missed his funeral? It's not about whether you liked him or not. He thought a lot of you. He looked out for you ever since you were little. He was family, and you should have been there to pay your respects.
That's funny. I don't remember him looking out for me even once. All I remember is him constantly barking orders at me. You need to study more. You should be studying. Study, study, study. He was always scolding me for having bad manners too. Like, who actually does that in this day and age? Plus, his curfews were always so early. He was always flipping out at me because I couldn't live up to his impossible standards. Wanna know the truth? I hated him.
You know why he did those things? Because your manners are foul. Jesus, Daisy, all he did was ask you to say please and thank you. He had a point with the studying, too. You never do anything. I've never met anyone so lazy in my life. Besides, he only flipped out at you because you ignored his curfews. You knew you were supposed to go home at 5 p.m., yet sometimes you'd stay out till as late as 9. At 10 years old?
That's normal at that age. It's not like he was my dad. What the hell did it have to do with him? Maybe you two got along because you're as much of a stubborn blockhead as he was.
It has nothing to do with being stubborn. I just agreed with him. He may have been strict at times, but he only did it because he loved us and wanted us to succeed in life. He said he felt like he could take me anywhere because I was so mature. And I don't say that trying to brag. I genuinely think it was down to the discipline he instilled in me. If it wasn't for him, I would have never learned what a joy it can be to study and learn new things.
This is nauseating. Could you be any more stuck up? Hanging out is way more fun than studying!
Maybe your complete unwillingness to study and your compulsive need to be out with your friends drinking and doing God knows what else at every possible moment had something to do with your horrendous attendance record in middle school and you dropping out of high school. Then you ended up meeting that good-for-nothing guy and moving away to California. To top it all off, you actually have the nerve to call mom and dad several times a year to pester them for money. I hate to say this, Daisy, but you're a failure and a disappointment.
Life is all about having fun. Anyway, please quit your harping on now, 'cause you're boring, okay? Let's get down to business. What about the will? So, how much inheritance did Grandpa leave behind?
Wow. Let me get this straight. Despite the fact you didn't even help out preparing the funeral, let alone actually show up to it, you actually have the nerve to go after his inheritance? This is a new low, even for you.
What's the problem? Money is way more important than some perpetually grumpy old dude who's already kicked the bucket. Well, how much did he leave behind? You guys must have calculated it by now, right?
Including his property, assets, and cash money, about 1.5 million.
1.5 million? OMG! Like, OMG! I'm gonna be rich! I didn't know Grandpa had so much money. Wow. Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
There isn't a combination of words in the English language that could describe how despicable you are. You honestly make me sick.
1.5 million. should I do with my 1.5 million? Ooh, should me and my boyfriend splash out on a big mansion and live like A-list celebrities like we've always dreamed of being? Or maybe we should go on a trip around the world.
You have the mind of an elementary school kid. You don't actually think you have any hope of getting the entire inheritance, do you?
Well, sure, maybe not. But a girl can dream. What's the harm in that, Miss Buzzkill?
As long as you're aware it's just that, a dream, you can do whatever you like.
But even still, if there's 1.5 million in total, things are looking good. Thanks, sis. I'm done with you now. That's all I wanted to ask.
Why? What good is knowing how much inheritance there is to you?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? That's classified information, and I ain't telling you anything, sucker. I'll be in touch. Make sure you take care of the money for me, won't you? Toodles!
Take good care of it for you? What do you mean? Daisy, are you there? Damn it, you better not be planning anything stupid.
Hey, sis. Thanks for looking after the money. I'll be needing it soon, so can you bank transfer it to me tomorrow?
Huh? The money? What do you mean? I don't have any money for you.
Oh, stop joking around. I mean, Grandpa's inheritance, you doofus. I want my share. Send me it.
Excuse me? Your share?
Duh, yes, my share. Surely you finished splitting it between everyone now. At least 750K of it must be mine, right? Well, guess what? Me and my boyfriend had a mansion built with my share. It's so luxurious you wouldn't believe.
You did what? You had a mansion built? A $750,000 mansion?
Yep, me and my boyfriend are going to be living together there. It's gonna be our little love nest. Or should I say big love nest? Oh, seriously, sis. You should see it. It's freaking huge! So, hurry up and open your banking app, Slowpoke!
You never cease to amaze me. I don't even know what to say. I am astonished beyond words.
Oh, I don't care what you have to say. It's not why I'm messaging you. I just need my money. Message me when it's sent, okay?
Listen, Daisy, about Grandpa's inheritance? Neither of us have inheritance rights.
What? Inheritance rights? What are those?
It means we don't get any of it. Grandma's still alive and well. And then there's Dad and all of his brothers who are all fit and healthy too.
What? I don't get any money? Why not? Why does Grandma and Dad still being healthy have to do with anything? Why don't I get any money?
What do you mean, why? How don't you understand? As a general rule, grandchildren don't get inheritance. There's an order of priority. Naturally, Grandma gets the lion's share because she was his wife. After Grandma, Dad, and all of our uncles, Grandpa's sons, are next in order of priority. Then there's his brothers and sisters, who are still very much alive and kicking. The only time we, being his grandchildren, would be in line to get anything would be if, God forbid, anything happened to Dad. In which case, we'd probably be eligible for something through succession law. Basically, since Dad and the others are all alive and well, we're not even eligible to inherit through succession, let alone normally. Even if for argument's sake we did end up getting something, it certainly wouldn't be the $750,000 you seem convinced is already yours. Do you understand now?
Huh? I don't know if I follow. I thought inheritance got split between the entire family.
You thought wrong. If that were the case, there would be so many inheritors that each individual would barely end up getting anything.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't agree! That's not fair! Why should Dad get money if we don't? Besides, inheritance should go to the grandchildren first. I need it more than anyone! Me not getting anything is just criminal!
Criminal? What planet are you on? It's precisely because of inheritance law that you're not getting anything. It says, I request that my assets be distributed according to law in his will. You can read it if you don't believe me. There's no law that says inheritance should go to the grandchildren.
Nuh-uh! No. Law or not, I simply don't agree! I want my 750K! Where's my money? Not fair!
Oh, come on, Daisy. Stop throwing a tantrum. You're not 6 anymore. You're such a moron. I'm actually embarrassed to call you my sister. Give it a rest already. Not only is it the law, but it's written in the will itself. You can kick, scream, and bawl your eyes out as much as you like, but you are not getting a single cent. Are you still incapable of understanding despite having it explained to you like you're a child? Don't make me repeat myself.
But, how am I meant to pay for my mansion now? I have to pay by the end of this month.
Not my problem. You're the one who had it built, not me.
Oh, how could you do this to me? If you don't give me the money, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble. You have, no idea. Why should Dad be the only one who gets any money? Why don't you seem to care that you're not getting anything? We are his grandkids, yet Dad gets all the money? Aren't you annoyed? Doesn't this make your life difficult too?
Not in the slightest. It was never my money to inherit in the first place. It makes no difference to me who gets it. My life will continue as it has until now, completely unchanged.
That's not fair! Why should I be the only one who suffers? If I don't get that money, I'm not going to be able to live in my new mansion! My life is over!
You were gonna live there with your boyfriend, right? Why not just work together and come up with the money somehow?
How the hell am I gonna do that? No, impossible! I told him I'd buy him a 750K mansion! Not only that, but I said it in front of everyone too! I can hardly tell him to pay for it now, can I?
In front of everyone? What do you mean?
My boyfriend works as a male stripper. Obviously, I'm the only girl with the key to his heart. But still, I don't like some of the stories he tells me about how girls are with him. And I see the way they look at him when I go in to check up on him sometimes. I know he'd never do anything, but I wanted to show him how much better than I was than those girls by buying him a mansion. So I knew for sure he'd never leave me.
Oh my.
Aha! I've got it! You can get the money off Grandma for me.
What?
She got most of Grandpa's money, right? Dad would never give me anything because he's super strict and grumpy just like Grandpa was. But I think if you really try hard to convince her, Grandma might just give it to us. Maybe you could try crying?
Wow. Are you seriously asking me to pester our grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? Congratulations, Daisy! Just when I thought it was impossible, you've exceeded all expectations yet again. You are officially the biggest scumbag of all time.
Shut up! Don't talk to me like that! Besides, it's not pestering. I'm just thinking logically here. What's the point in Grandma having all that money? When she's probably gonna die soon anyway. I could put it to much better use.
Are you even a human being? It's like there's a big dollar sign where your heart's supposed to be.
because money is important. If I can just get the money for the mansion, all my problems will be solved, and I can finally be happy. If you won't do it for me, I'm gonna have to go to Grandma's house myself.
Good luck. She doesn't live there anymore.
Huh?
She sold up and moved away after the funeral. She might be in good health for her age, but she is still old. And it would be too stressful for her to look after such a big house all on her own. She went back to live with Mom in her hometown in Idaho.
Idaho? Why the hell would she move so far away? How am I supposed to get my money? I'll never see it now.
Hurrah! You finally understand! That's right, you'll never see the money, so you may as well just give up.
You're all working against me. I know it. I bet you all planned this together, didn't you? My life will be over if I don't get that money. Just give it to me. This is ridiculous.
The only thing that's ridiculous here is you. You don't show up at your own grandpa's funeral. You have a freaking mansion built with inheritance money that's not even yours. Then you talk about pestering your grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? No matter how you look at it, the only one being ridiculous here is you. Even if you do end up in trouble as a result of all this, you only have yourself to blame. Just give up already.
I can't. What am I supposed to tell my boyfriend about the mansion? It's nearly finished. I need that money. Please, give me it. I'm begging you.
You got yourself into this mess. Now you can get yourself out of it. Goodbye, you big baby. After that, Daisy started panicking and our entire family got spammed with phone calls one by one. We'd all been sick with her behavior for a while, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Needless to say, she didn't get a cent out of anyone. She never even got to set foot into the new mansion she'd had built. No sooner had she bought it, she was forced to sell the mansion and the land it was built on. Now, she's up to her ears in debt, and if I'm honest, I can't see her ever paying it all off. To add insult to injury, her stripper boyfriend broke up with her the moment he found out what happened. I hear she's juggling 3 different part-time jobs these days, getting by on 2 hours of sleep a night, desperately trying to keep up with the debt repayments. She's a shameless moron of such epic proportions that it's embarrassing to think she's my sister. I was worried her being in so much debt might have ramifications for me and the rest of our family. So just to be safe, I made sure to warn them all not to lend her money under any circumstances. I meant what I said. She got herself into this mess, and she needs to get herself out of it. The rest of us are so done with her shenanigans.
Hey, Becky. What's with that pile of laundry? What? I can't believe my daughter-in-law slacking off chores like that. How embarrassing. Wait, don't tell me you entered our house without permission again. I pressed the intercom and also knocked on the door. But no matter how long I waited, you wouldn't open the door. So I used my spare key to get in. Of course, I wouldn't be there to open the door. Unlike you, I have a job. Please don't come to our place on weekdays when we're not at home. You sound as if I don't work. I'm a housewife, and I'm busy with the chores. I didn't mean to offend you. You should quit your job and become a housewife too. Then you wouldn't be making piles of laundry like that. I feel sorry for my son Henry. I'm sorry for showing you our messy house. But piles of laundry don't kill people. I beg your pardon? We both have jobs outside the house, so we decided to do all the housework together on the weekends. Please, don't meddle in our family matters. No, as Henry's mother, I can't remain silent. A wife should always keep the house clean. I think that applies not only to wives, but also to husbands. Huh? We both live in this house. The piles of laundry were made by both of us. If you insist on keeping this house clean so much, you should say so to your son as well. My son's a boy, so he doesn't have to do the chores. What? No matter what era it is, households run better when women do the housework. Yes, just like our family. My husband was always away from home due to business trips. I had to take care of my son by myself. Even so, my son grew up to be a great man, and my husband got a promotion. That's all thanks to me. I don't know how many times I've heard that story. I think it's wonderful that you've done so much for your family. But every family has its own way of doing things. This is how it works for us. Shut up! You think a girl like you can talk back to me? That again. Listen, if you don't want me to enter your house without permission, keep the house perfectly clean. I'm saying this out of love.
Sorry, Becky. Looks like Mom came again.
Did she contact you too?
Yeah, I got a text from her saying, "Don't let your wife do whatever she wants. Rather than live in that dirty house, get a divorce and come back to our house."
What?
Of course, I have no intention of doing that. I'm not going to get a divorce, and I don't think our house is that messy. Besides, I'm the one responsible for today's pile of laundry.
You were in charge of doing the laundry last night.
I was going to do it before going to bed, but I fell asleep on the sofa. I have this afternoon off, so I was going to do it as soon as I got home.
We're both busy with work, but we managed to live our lives like this. What Donna is expecting from me is too much.
Mom's a housewife who's never had a job. Plus, she's a perfectionist who can't overlook a single speck of dust. I think she just can't understand our lifestyle.
Hey, Henry. I think it's time to change the locks. I've reached my limit by having to listen to Donna's lectures.
I'm so sorry that you're going through all this. I'm always warning her to stop, but...
I know, but even if she won't understand, we have no other choice but to use force. I don't want anyone to see our living space without permission. Checking out people's laundry is an invasion of privacy.
You're right. What's the point of warning if they don't change?
And you know what? I didn't tell you, but the other day it was even worse.
What happened?
She finally found her way into our bedroom. I don't know what she was looking for or what she found, but I was so creeped out when she told me to get pregnant soon.
For real?
Like I said, I'm at the point where I can't take it anymore. If this continues, I'm going back to my parents' house.
Wait, just wait on that. I'll change the locks immediately. I'm taking a half day off today, so I'll change the locks and do the laundry. Of course, I'll pay for the entire lock change.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I mean, you should have told me earlier if something like that happened. I didn't think Mom would go to such lengths.
Sorry. She's your mother after all. I thought it might hurt your feelings if I complained too much.
I appreciate your concern. From now on, I'll put you first, Becky. I'll make your favorite dish for dinner tonight. How about a cream pasta with lots of shrimp?
That makes me so happy. I'll do my best to go home early today. Hey, Becky! What in the world are you doing? What are you talking about? No need to show off your baking skills. Use that time to improve your basic skills as a housewife.
What made you think I was showing off my baking skills?
That cake in the fridge. What is that? The cream is all messy and the fruits on top are unbalanced. Very unappetizing.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you broke into our house again. We just changed the locks the other day.
Oh, so that's why I couldn't get in. I was wondering why my key wouldn't work these few weeks.
What?
But I had a feeling that things were going to be different today. I checked the backyard and the patio door was unlocked.
You broke in from the backyard?
But I'm sure the fence was closed. I was able to jump over it. I'm still quite active for my age.
I can't believe you.
That disgusting home-baked cake of yours. Did you think that would make my son happy? Or maybe you wanted me to accept your efforts trying to improve your housewife skills?
Donna, please leave my house right now.
Huh?
Do not touch or look at anything in our house. Just leave without saying anything more.
Oh, are you mad at me for saying disgusting home-baked cake?
Anyone would be angry. You broke into my house without permission, poked around my kitchen, and to top it off, made fun of my homemade cake.
Oh, Becky. You shouldn't have made it in the first place if you didn't want to be criticized.
What?
It's your fault for making such an unappetizing cake. The decorations are so crappy. I couldn't bring myself up to try a bite. Maybe I'll get food poisoned if I eat this.
Huh?
Yes, I'm sure of it. It's such a poorly decorated cake. There's no way it's going to taste good. I'm sure it tastes awful too. I might as well just throw it out and do my son a favor.
Do you know what you're saying?
I threw it away. I'm glad I made it in time before my son ate it.
Wait a minute. You threw away the cake?
Yeah, I just threw it in the trash.
Oh no.
Why are you surprised? Anyone would throw away such a cake. I've saved my precious son from getting sick.
I'm going to cut ties with you, Mom.
Who are you?
I'm your son, Henry.
What?
Sorry that cake was poorly decorated. It's my fault since I was the one who decorated it.
Are you really Henry?
I asked my wife to bake that cake for me. I asked her to prepare the cream and fruits so that I can decorate it. The cream was messy, and the fruits on top were unbalanced, right?
Wait. You decorated that cake?
Yeah. After all, it's my birthday today.
Oh.
You're my mother, but you forgot about your son's birthday? I guess you are so focused on daughter-in-law grinding that it slipped off your mind.
It is your birthday today.
Since we got the cake finished, we went out shopping to get my birthday present. Becky suggested she bake the cake this year, so I asked her to let me do the decorating.
Oh no! Then that was your cake!
Do you remember when we made a cake together when I was still in elementary school?
Of course I remember. That was when you were in 3rd grade, right? You were so good at decorating it.
Huh?
I still remember it like it was yesterday. You were so good that it was hard to believe that a third-grade boy had made it. There's no way Henry could have made that hideous cake. That cake was actually made by Becky, right? You're just trying to protect her.
What are you talking about? You took that cake from me and redecorated it.
What?
You said, "This decoration is just awful. Give it to me." Then you took off the toppings, removed all the cream, and redecorated the cake to your own satisfaction.
Oh, really?
I remember it very well. I may have sucked at it, but I enjoyed it. Yet, you ruined all the fun I had. So this time, I asked Becky to let me do it.
Oh.
Becky praised my decorations and enjoyed seeing me have fun. That's the kind of birthday I wanted.
Henry?
But you ruined my birthday. Breaking into our house, throwing away our homemade cake, and saying nasty things to my wife. This is the worst birthday I've ever had.
Mom's going to go buy a delicious cake ASAP. Let's redo your birthday together. Let me join you for dinner today.
Who would want to spend time with someone like you? As I already told you, I'm cutting ties with you.
No!
Get the hell out of our house. If you're still there when we get back, I'll call the police.
Please, Becky. Please, help me make things right with my son.
Absolutely not.
Please. I promise I'll never enter your house without permission.
Do you think we can trust your words? You've been warned by Henry so many times, but you never changed. And today, you broke in from the backyard.
So, I promise I won't do that again. I can't believe that my son would cut ties with his own mother. This is wrong.
It's you who made him take drastic measures. This is your fault.
Hey, what's with your attitude? Why won't you help me even though I'm asking so many times?
You don't seem to reflect on your actions enough.
Please! It's so sad that my adorable son is cutting ties with me.
Think again of why it came to this. Reflect on your actions and apologize to us. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, Becky! Then how about I do all the housework for you?
Huh?
You two are both really busy, right? You said you guys were doing all the housework on the weekends.
Yes, after much trial and error, we figured this was the best way for us.
But it would be a shame to end your day off with housework. So, from now on, I'll take over all the housework.
What?
Of course, I won't go into the rooms you don't want me to go into. Tell me if there's anything you don't want me to touch. I'll obey whatever rules you have and take care of everything. How about that?
You really thought we'd be thrilled to have you as our housekeeper?
After all, I'm a housewife. I'm capable of doing all the housework perfectly. It's your fault that made me go to your house to begin with. I visited your home because I was worried about your housekeeping skills. If only you had done the chores properly, I wouldn't have broken into your house. Then, I wouldn't have thrown away my son's cake. But, if I was so worried, I should have taken over and helped you guys. I've been a housewife for 40 years. I'll be an excellent housekeeper. That would make my son and also you happy, wouldn't it? I'll even have a good reason to visit you.
No way. I can't leave our chores to you.
who's living in a house full of trash. What? Actually, I'm at your house right now. My house? Henry said we should inform his father ASAP. I heard your husband no longer goes on business trips. He came back just a few days ago, right? Well, that's true about my husband. But it's not like my house is always that messy. Really? The trash on the front porch had magazines from a few years ago. The unwashed dishes in the sink look like they've been there for more than a week. Plus, the smell. I've never seen a house like this. How were you able to live in a place like this? Oh no! Your husband told me what happened while he was cleaning. Even after we got married and Henry left, your husband still had to work out of state, and you had to live alone. Then, you started to slack off on the housework. As a result, the house is now a mess. Why did you come over to my house without permission? You've done much worse things to me, Donna. At least I had your husband invite us in. I said I'd stop doing that. It's too late for that. Your husband agreed to the fact of us cutting ties with you. What? He said it's better that way for both of us. He said he'd support us if we wanted to move. No! Maybe it wasn't a good idea to live in the same city. I'll take that into consideration when moving out. Wait a minute! You don't want to see me ever again? That's right. Oh no! Before you start telling people what to do, I suggest you do something about this trash house first. Now, if you'll excuse me. I found out later that Donna, my mother-in-law, was originally very bad at household chores. Whenever her husband or her son was away, she hired housekeepers to clean up the house. But now that her husband switched to remote work, he started teaching her how to do the chores properly. Thanks to that, she stopped coming to our place, and I am very happy now. Next year, Henry may get a promotion, and we may move to Boston. If that happens, I'll switch to remote work, and we shall have Henry's father support us with the moving.